thank you so much for joining our very first Soap Hub Insider Fireside. As you know, our guest today is General Hospital superstar great Maurice Benard. He'll also be signing and giving away copies of his New York best-selling book. And we'll be spotlighting each one of you, and you can ask him a question. And we're super excited to talk to you about the book, about your projects, and about how you are doing during this quarantine time.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Well, the first thing we want to talk about is Equal Standard, your movie that is out, and we want to know what led you to choose to do this movie.
Well, I had met Tahim, writer, producer, director. He does it all. And we're supposed to do something else, and then he called and said, he's got this movie he's going to do in New York. So I said, let me read the script. And I was hoping I liked it because he's such a nice guy. And I loved it. I loved it. And I didn't have a big role in it, but it didn't matter to me. I went to New York, anxiety and all, did this film. And it's a film about race, corruption, good cops, bad cops. And I play the captain, and I'm pretty honest, straightforward.
Maurice, how does this character you're playing differ from Sonny?
Well, you know, it's like he's a captain, so he's going to be different. But I try with these characters, like I play a priest in a Mickey Rourke horror film that I did. And what I do with a lot of these characters is subtly, they're just different. Like I won't use my hands as a cop or a priest, which is very difficult for me because I've been playing Sonny for 27 years. So I make each character I play. There's got to be something different, the way he talks, the way he walks. And
so tell us a little bit more about the story that goes on within the film.
It's about this character that Tobias plays. He used to be in One Life to Live. Really good actor. He's got a lot going for him. And it's about him getting shot and shooting another cop and killing a cop. But it wasn't his fault. It was self-defense. But they're trying to put the blame on him. And that's what the whole movie's about. And it's a perfect time for the movie to come out, Equal Standard. And I'm very proud of it.
Tell us about your book that everybody is reading or can't wait to read. I'm so impressed that it was on the New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, wow. It was, it's exceeded my expectations. Just because I'm aware now how difficult it is to get on the New York Times. But it was a tough period for me. I don't know if you know, but at this point, I think everybody knows. I've gone through some major anxiety, panic attacks that only like maybe 5, 6 days ago it ended. I had it forever. So during the publicity of this film, it's like art imitating life. I was dying of anxiety. I mean, I was doing interviews like this, and inside I'm like, oh. But one thing that I have a gift for is I can make you think I'm not dying, even if I'm dying. So I got through it, but it was amazing. I know I keep telling the story, but it was very telling for me. I heard about the New York Times, and it penetrated the emotions that I didn't want penetrated. So I was just like, oh man, this is just crazy. This is for another book.
Speaking of mental health, since you say so many people ask, how are you managing mental health right now, where so many people are trying to manage their mental health during this global crisis?
You know, here's the key. Because what I want to do eventually, I've been talking about this for a long time. I want to be a motivational speaker, and I want to go across the country with mental health and and with my book and all that, that's my goal. And as far as how to manage it, because I've been managing it and really, it is, when you're in the grasp of depression or anxiety, people that don't know what that is should kiss the ground and be lucky that they don't feel what that feels like. And when it doesn't stop for 24/7, that feeling, like, you don't sleep, you don't do anything, you just feel a certain way. But the hope is, I just kind of figured this out for me, the hope is that it will pass. Sometimes it takes longer than other times, but it will pass. And the gift at the end is not having it. Wow. Like right now, I'm cool. And it feels like I'm reborn. That should be the gift. And I just went through, I'm going through it. So I just went through it. So it's not like I'm talking I've been through anxiety and, of course, if you read my book, you know what I've been through. But this is fresh right now. So in my mind, I'm thinking, and when you're in it, you think you can't get out. You think it's going to last and you're not going to, but that's not true. You can get out. You got to stay out of your negative thoughts. You got to work out. You got to eat right. You got to meditate. I did everything. And here I am talking to you, feeling 90%. How's that?
90% is great.
Well, shall we open up the floor to some of our insiders who might have some questions for you?
Yes. What was your favorite storyline on General Hospital?
Well, I have so many, but right now it's the Alzheimer's because of it's just so. It's not really acting; it's just kind of living it, and it's so easy to do, even though it's hard.
Right.
So that's my. But I have so many in the past, like when Lily blew up in a car.
Yes.
Blink boom.
Age storyline. There's a lot.
Besides Sunny, who is your personal favorite GH character?
Well, I'd have to say Tony Geary. Luke was probably who I thought was cool. And, when I was a kid, I watched all my children. And General Hospital, I got sick I think I was 13. For 2 weeks, I watched those two. And I loved Michael Knight, Tony Geary, Susan Lucci, Darnell. It was just, so those are my favorites. Oh, I'm gonna sign you a book, okay?
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
You said that your father was a big All My Children fan. Is he now a General Hospital fan?
Oh yeah, my father, my mom and dad, they watch every day. Anything that I do, they'll see it. And my dad hates Jason and Carly. Hates Jason and Carly. He's like boyfriend and girlfriend, and they always touch me. I'm like, Dad, I don't write it, man. And he's like, well, I don't like it. But they watch every day. They watch every day, and it's great.
Hi, Maurice. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Pleasure to meet you. I just have a quick question. How long do you plan to play Sunny?
See, there's been a lot of times on GH where I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do a movie or this. And I found out that the grass is not greener on the other side. And after this coronavirus situation, quarantine, it makes you appreciate your job a lot more. So I ain't going anywhere. That's the bottom line.
I think we've had a really great run, and we'll see you guys in the next Fireside. Bye, Maurice.
All right.
Bye-bye.